In the upper northwest corner of Illinois lies the beautiful town of Elizabeth, our hometown. Elizabeth is home to the Apple River Fort and the site of the Black Hawk War. What many people don't remember is that Elizabeth was originally a mining town. During the early 1800s, many people were attracted to northwest Illinois for its rich deposits of lead. They quickly took up lead mining in hopes of striking it rich. Homes were built up around these mines, and soon they established towns. In 1827, Henry Van Valkenburg came to Elizabeth in search of rich lead deposits, like found in Galena. By the 1830s, a large number of settlers had come to Elizabeth for the lead deposits and agricultural value of the land. Mines such as Weston, Blackjack Mine, and the Skeene Mine were discovered. In nature, lead occurs as the mineral galena or lead sulfide. Lead ore is usually found crystallized in the form of a cube. Lead is the densest and softest common metal. It is extremely resistant to corrosion, but it is not very strong. Miners would use various tools to free the mineral from the surrounding area, such as jackhammers, windlasses, pick and shovel, grizzlies, or bucket hookers.
Basically, it's something that was very important for them would be a windlass, which I'm standing in front of right now. This is how the miners would have gotten the lead ore, and also other rock out of the soil. The handle cranks. This would turn. There'd have to be one person above ground. Bucket would go down and back up. And this would be the only way that the miners could get in and out of the mine shaft as well. It's called riding the bucket. You put one foot in the bucket, hold on to the rope, kind of wrap the other leg around, and your partner would lower you down into the mine shaft for the day. You better be on good terms with your partner, definitely. So this would have been at the top of every active mine. There were, some of them had two handles, the windlasses, but most of them just had the one as well.
Melting is the process of breaking down the mineral of all useless dirt or junk in order to have just the ore remain. In 1843, Mr. Hewlett and Estes started the first smelting furnace. They also constructed a V-shaped mold that was filled with lead. When the V-shaped block of lead was taken out of the furnace, it weighed about 100 pounds. Where the smelting furnace once stood is now a grassy hill and farmland. John C. Gardner started the town of Weston in 1847. It has been said that overnight the town flourished. The economy of the 1,000 people who lived at Weston was solely based on mining.
Weston was home to 14 saloons, a schoolhouse, a post office, and then Headquarters Tavern.
The maximum lead production of the Weston area was nearly 50 million pounds. By 1859, the general store was closed. The post office discontinued.
All that remains of Weston is a house and a graveled road that was once known as Main Street.
In 1854, Stephen Marsden found Blackjack Mine 4 miles south of Galena. The cave was immense in size, being about 3/4 of a mile long, 9 feet tall, and about 200 feet deep. The Mineral Point Zinc Company bought the mine from Marsden. During its peak, the Blackjack Mine employed 100 men, whom worked 3 8-hour shifts and was said on average to produce 1 carload of lead per day. In 1899, Charles Ashmore found a small crevice on his property that opened to a vast cave, and discovered it contained rich deposits of lead. Charles and his brother Henry sold the land on which the mine stood to George Skeene, who named it the Skeene Mine. The deepest part of the mine at that time was about 96 feet, and the miners had to constantly pump water that stood about 80 feet in order to even begin getting to the lead. In 1902, the mine was sold again to the Elizabeth Mining and Milling Company. During the mill's peak of operation, it was estimated to be worth $1 million and produced over 4 million pounds of lead. In 1907, the mine was forced to shut down due to the poor price of lead ore and the continuous water buildup. Located near Elizabeth, the Wishon Mine was a small but highly profitable mine. It was said to be one of the best mines ever discovered in the county. Not long after Wishon's discovery, the lead ore ran out and the mine was forced to shut down. In 1903, the Wishon Mining Company reopened the Wishon Mine, thinking they could find a lower run of ore under the old one. The miners were successful, and Martin Wishon made a large sum of money. Like before, the ore ran out, and the mine was forced to shut down for good. In 1875, Henry Green stated, Elizabeth mines alone had output at least 75 million pounds of lead ore. As of 1902, in every one of the 23 townships in the county, iron ore had been discovered. Other mines in the area, including the Eddy Mine, the Kansas Mine, the Black Hawk, and the Illinois Mine, helped to establish towns in the Joe Davis area. Nowhere in the United States are there mines which offer a better capital invested than the mines of Joe Davis County.